Stop watching porn. 3 little words. Change your life. Stop watching porn. As of the beginning of this month, August 2016, it is August. Yeah, August 2016. I don't know when it is, what time it is, what day it is. It's Friday, gotta get... No. Anyway, August 2016. As of the beginning of this month, at least. Might have been earlier, not really sure, don't know the date. But it's been at least 1 year of no fap and no porn. For me, anyway. And I'll just tell you, it's been great. And here's the main thing I want to stress right now is, yes, it is possible to quit long term. Now, let's do a little flashback here. I explained all this stuff before in a different video. I think I made two videos that probably covered this. I did my kind of 10-month video of the effects of quitting porn that I experienced. I did another video that's kind of just my whole story of quitting porn. But just to recap here, I started watching porn when I was 15 years old, which is pretty late from what I understand. But anyway, that's when I got addicted. And I kind of had it in my head that I wanted to be, you know, a good Christian guy. And so I was trying to quit from the get-go. But I was just hooked. I mean, I admit it, I was totally hooked. And I didn't know what to do to get out of that. I wasn't even willing to do everything that was necessary to get out of it. I had on one occasion a good friend of mine tried to start up an accountability group, and I just lied to his face about it, said that I wasn't struggling or anything, when in reality it was just a daily failure for me. And so I was not fighting very effectively, but I did want to quit. That went on for about 5 years of just seeing no progress whatsoever. And then in August, coincidentally, late August of 2014 is when I started taking it seriously. And then I finally kicked porn completely in June or July of 2015, last year. And I also decided that I was going to do Nofap, which, if you're not familiar, just means you don't masturbate either, shortly after that. So yeah, as of now, it's been a little over a year of straight Nofap. It's been more than a year, probably a year and a month, maybe a year and 2 months of no porn whatsoever. This is one of the best decisions I have ever made in my entire life. After getting saved, probably is the only thing that I would rank up higher than this. And maybe I could find some other things if I thought about it. I know it's more of a don't do this instead of a do this, and you're going to find the most fulfillment in life by the things that you do, not by the things that you don't do. But anyway, this was a major decision for me, and it has had a huge impact on my life. And I really I cannot stress it enough. And you'll find here and there people talking about certain benefits that they might see. Some people talk about getting superpowers from not masturbating and all that kind of stuff. Really though, you just have to see for yourself. Different people are going to have different experiences. For me, a lot of the mental damage that was done to me by pornography, a lot of the kind of twisting of my sexual interests and things like that, a lot of weird, nasty fetishes that I don't want to get into or even think about ever again in my life are gone now, just totally gone. The damage that pornography does to your mind and to your sexuality, it is reversible, okay? I'll go ahead and say that. No matter how far you think you've gone, no matter what kind of a person you think you've become, it can all be undone, okay? You don't have to be a product of your past. You can change your future, and that's what this is about. And I'm not just on the no porn bandwagon here. I also talk about, limiting or quitting video games. Um, I like the idea of physical fitness. I think it's necessary for people. And those are some other great decisions that I made too. Quitting video games and getting in shape. I used to be a fatty and eventually decided to say goodbye to that. And again, it's not easy. Just like quitting porn, it was not easy, or else I wouldn't have struggled with it for 6 years. But these are all things that are worth it. And pornography in particular, a lot of people who have quit pornography have noticed that when they do that, that these other areas of their life, they become easier to get into shape also. It becomes easier to get rid of other addictions like video games or even smoking and things like that. It becomes easier to get in shape. And really, I think that that's partly a matter of, for one thing, having a little bit more free time to do things like working out. And the other thing is just the amount of discipline it takes. Because what you're doing when you quit pornography is you are subduing your sex drive, which is extremely powerful. And if you are able to subdue that and you're able to control yourself, then, I mean, that is huge. That's a huge amount of discipline. Once you learn to master yourself, then there's really not a whole lot that you cannot master. Because in most cases in your life, if you live in a first world country and you don't have any major serious physical disabilities or anything like that, you are always going to be your biggest obstacle. So, what do you do about that? Well, you have to discipline yourself. Part of that is quitting porn here. You've got to stop being self-destructive. Pornography is very self-destructive. So quitting porn is just a huge step in the right direction. And if this is something that you haven't made a decision to do yet, do it. Do what I said at the beginning of this video and stop watching porn, okay? You will not regret it. All right? And I heard horror stories or whatever. I heard people who were like, oh, it's stupid, whatever. I did it anyway. Do not regret it one bit. I am so glad I quit when I did. I wish I had quit earlier. I wish I'd gotten serious earlier, really. But, I mean, I'm glad I'm where I'm at now. And the main thing I can say to you right now is if you haven't made this decision, then go ahead and make that decision and get serious about it. If maybe you've made the decision but you're not serious enough to do what it takes, that means being accountable. That means being consistent, being firm, being stubborn. That means all these different things that I've talked about in a lot of other videos. I've done like a 25-part series on how to quit pornography, and I've still got other stuff I still want to talk about, more videos there. So this is a really big subject. There's a lot of strategy, there's a lot of ways of thinking and ways of behaving that play into this. But main things I want to stress right now are make the decision and take it seriously, okay? Decide that you're going to do what it takes to win this thing. If you're not willing to talk to other people about it, if you're not willing to get on an accountability team and really be honest with each other and support each other and get that kind of help, if you're not willing to do that, then you're not serious. And that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you need to get serious. All right? Hope that makes sense there. Honestly, like I cannot stress enough. This is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life. It's made ripples. It has made waves. This has led to other things that led to other things. It's like a chain reaction, okay? You have no idea what's going to happen in your life because of this little decision that you make. And this is not, some weird self-help guru trying to sell his 20-part system to you or anything. This is totally free. Just stop doing this one thing, okay? Or really these two things. You want to do Nofap and no porn, and I need to do a video about that because I haven't talked about the distinction between the two, or why I also did Nofap in addition to no porn. I am going to talk about that at some point. Just compiling some thoughts here. Basically, short story is, I was like, yeah, why not? Might as well go all the way. But anyway, my experience has been very good. Very, very good. And I recommend this, not even this experiment, I wouldn't call it an experiment or a challenge or anything like that, but I recommend this lifestyle to anybody, absolutely anybody. Okay? And I could go on and on and on with all the things that have happened in my life since I started this, but I'd rather you just go ahead and find out for yourself. I don't want to create any false expectations for what's going to happen in your life, because the same thing doesn't happen to anybody, to everybody. I'll be totally honest there. You might not have the same results as I do. You might not have as good a results as I do. Or you might have way, way better results than I do. It depends on the person. It depends on a lot of other factors. But I can tell you that it will change things and it will improve things. And the main thing about this, because this is already stuff that I've been saying for a long time, that a lot of people have been saying for a long time, but the main thing I want to stress right now is with this whole 1 year thing and more, it is possible, okay? It is 100% possible. There is nothing impossible about this. There's nothing unachievable about this. This is completely within your grasp, okay? There's not a single ounce of, of a kind of fairy tale or anything like that in this. This is something that's real. Real people are doing it, and you can do it too. You just need to be totally real with yourself. You need to be serious about it. Okay? This is a pretty extreme change. But this really cool guy, Ed Lattimore, he's on Twitter. He spews wisdom all day, every day. But he said, moderation is by definition average. And those are the extremes produce results. So you can try and moderate your porn consumption. You can say, oh, I'm not addicted. I just, whatever, every once in a while. If you want results, you got to go to the extreme. And that is to quit completely. And I believe that 100%. That's why I quit video games completely. I was done trying to moderate them. They were just taking up too much of my life, so I quit them completely. Pornography, even in moderation, I would say is a terrible, bad thing, just for various reasons. And there's a lot of scientific reasons for that, and I have a lot of spiritual, religious reasons for that too, ethical, all that. But from the point of view of just changing yourself, yeah, you've got to go all in. All right? So, go all in. This life, you have probably a lot more control of it than you think you do. You're not just a product of your circumstances or anything like that. You have the ability to determine where you're going, what you're going to do. So many people have risen out of nothing and made something so much bigger than any of us could probably imagine. You don't have to look far to find those kind of stories. So, compared to things like that, quitting porn, it's a minor thing. This is a little thing. As far as comparing it to people who went from poverty to become rich, or all kinds of stuff. Quitting porn is a little itty-bitty task, and you can complete it. All right? That's about it there right now. It's not impossible. You can do this. You will do this if you're serious about it. And if you're consistent, if you stick with it, really. If you just stick with it, you're going to learn and grow. Whether you watch my videos, whether you watch other how-to videos on how to do this stuff, how to beat addictions, whether you do any of that or not, okay? Everybody has different techniques, different strategies, and all that kind of stuff. It'll help, yeah. I wish people had told me years ago the stuff that I'm saying in my videos now. That's why I made them, so that other people can see this without having to learn it over a course of years. But when it comes down to it, if you're serious and if you stick with it, if you never give up, you are going to win eventually. So, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many times you feel like, I can't do this, don't let that defeatism get a hold of you, okay? You can do this. All right? Anyway, that is about it there. Make that change today. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Get on it. All right? If you want more information, if you want a head start, if you want to understand a lot of the ways of thinking and behaving behind how I did this anyway, behind my own personal experience of quitting porn, then check out my other videos. There are so many of them. Subscribe if you want to keep up with these in the future. Like I said, I'm not done here. I'm going to be making more. There's still more stuff to go over. I still learn new stuff from time to time because this is an ongoing fight. I'm still tempted, okay? It's not like I've transcended humanity or something like that. No, it's not quite like that. But anyway, subscribe if you want to keep up with those. And that is pretty much it here for the time being. So, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful porn-free day. I hope to see you a year from now saying that it's been a year since you watched porn. And that'll do it. Y'all have a good day. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you soon.